Navy Federal Secret Series Part 3. Welcome back. If you haven't watched Part 1 or Part 2, make sure to watch. Most importantly, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Like me. Okay, give me that thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below if you found value in the series. And if you want a copy of my Navy Federal Guide, all you do have to do is just comment the word Navy Federal Guide or Navy, and I will send it to you absolutely free. It's got a ton of information in there, including how to join, best practices, and so much more. These are some of the results that I have helped clients that have worked with me one-on-one, and it's amazing. It's a game changer. All right. You know how I say it. If you knew better, you would do better. I give you the information that you need to know, not what you want to hear. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm trying to be an improvement to your life. Okay. Now, in the last video, I talked about credit cards and kind of the way that I would go about it if I were doing it all over. Again, late night, hack, apply late at night. Make sure that you have nothing that's going to prevent you from getting approved through their automated system. No fraud alerts, no locks, no blocks. Make sure everything is good to go. Add a couple high limit AUs, authorized users. Of course, I have those for you guys, and you can pre-qualify right on their website. You can also pre-qualify for auto loans. This is a great bank to get auto loan approvals from. And now, if you have not watched my video on the auto loans and, all the banks that are offering no out of pocket and no payments for 90 days, watch that video. Their interest rates are a little bit higher, but I will say Navy Federal is just as good because of the fact that they have lower interest rates and they have no money out of pocket. They offer an amazing deal for you guys. No money out of pocket for new and used cars. All right. So if you go and pick up a check from their office for like $30,000, you can take that to one of their approved dealerships that accept Navy Federal financing and not have to pay a penny out of pocket. Now, what if the car isn't for that whole amount? That's okay. That dealership is going to write the correct amount in, and that's the amount that you will get financed. It will be up to whatever the number is that you got qualified for. And once you are approved for an auto loan, those approvals are good for 90 days. So you can get pre-approved and then you can do your due diligence and figure out what vehicle you want. Make sure you get the list from Navy Federal of the dealerships that accept their financing, because not all dealerships do. CarMax does for sure. I do like CarMax because if you don't love your car, you can return it in 30 days. And I've had to return a few cars from them. But nonetheless, you can buy new and used vehicles. Do not get the auto loan if you do not intend to use it for an auto loan. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that, because that is no good. Take that on over to Lightstream. All right. Watch my Lightstream videos. That's what Lightstream is for. Okay. Not Navy Federal. We want to do everything right with Navy Federal. We want to make sure that our internal score with Navy Federal is high as possible. And that comes from us managing our accounts properly. No overdrafts, checking account, savings account, 5 or more banking products, pledge loan, multiple pledge loans. Okay. CD accounts. All of those things that banks love. Again, it's inside of my guide. But back to the auto loans, they're going to use TransUnion, okay? And even if you don't have perfect credit, you can still get approved for an auto loan, okay? Now, here's the great thing about their auto loans. They have really low interest rates. Look at this, as low as 3.89, and you don't have to put any money out of pocket. Now, if you're getting a used vehicle, APR can be a little bit higher, and they will finance things for up to 96 months if it's a brand new car. But you can see that the rate is high with that. So I would recommend sticking to somewhere around 72 months, because that's going to get you a really good rate. Okay, 4.59% for a new vehicle, 5.39% for a used vehicle. And if you get about a $30,000 auto loan, that should have your payment somewhere around $420 to $450 a month. Okay, that's pretty reasonable in this day and age. So make sure the one thing, add gap insurance. Okay. So these are their definitions below. You guys can review that on your own time, but you can pre-qualify for their auto loan right on their website to get an idea if you qualify. And you can figure out what your estimated monthly payment is right there, 30,000, 72 months. You're looking at 487. If you're like, oh, I can't afford that. Okay, we'll try to find a car for 25,000. That'll take you down to about $400 because this is a long-term commitment. Do not buy a car you cannot afford. Okay, you're going to have to make sure this payment is paid on time every single month, or you're just shooting yourself in the foot. All right. Now, you can also refinance your current auto loan with Navy Federal if you have a high interest rate, or if you have an interest rate that's over, say, 7%, 8%, and you're like, hey, I can save some money. Do it because it is the best decision I ever made. I was financed through GM Financial, and if you know anything about them, they're nothing but high interest rates and garbage loans, and they're straight from the dealership, right? Perfect for bad credit. And that's exactly what they do. They set you up with these high interest setup loans. My car payment was over $600 a month. I refinanced it with Navy Federal. It saved me over $200 a month. That's $1,200 a year I was flushing down the drain because I was paying it to interest. Okay? That's $1,200 a year that you could be saving, that you can be putting into a CD account, making it work for you guys. So we got to think smarter and not harder. Okay? And Navy Federal is the perfect setup for that. You just got to make sure that you do it the right way and never get an overdraft with them. Okay. Now, when I got my car refinanced with Navy Federal, my credit score was only a 670. All right. They pulled it from TransUnion. They still pulled TransUnion. And you don't have to have perfect credit. As long as you've built up your relationship with Navy Federal, they see deposits coming into your account. They like to see direct deposit. They like frequent deposits. They don't like when your bank account gets low and it stays low. All right. So make sure you're making them happy. You know, that's what building a relationship is all about. Like, hey, I'm going to really invest in you. And now I need you to really invest in me. But if your goal is to buy a home, save the car for your housewarming gift. All right. Because that auto loan is going to affect your debt to income ratio. So if your overall goal is to purchase a home, they've got you covered as well. They've got mortgages. And let me tell you guys something. They have some of the best mortgages that any credit union is offering right now. And you can go right to them for a pre-approval. You can see what you would qualify for. There's no PMI, which is private mortgage insurance, which can be a few $100s more a month. They've got loan payments with no down payment. If you are a veteran, you get even better options. You can get a VA home loan. So, I mean, this is a no-brainer, guys. Become a Navy Federal member. If you're not sure how to join, get the guide. Comment the word guide, and I'm going to send it to you guys because I want to make sure that you do better. That's my whole goal. If you knew better, you would do better, my friends. And that's why you're watching. I thank you so much. Make sure to like, subscribe, and most importantly, share with a friend. Watch this entire series because I'm giving you guys nothing but pure game-changing information. Again, this is just going to be what opens up the door for everything else. All right. Now, another side note, if you are going to be buying a home, don't apply for anything. Don't get a new credit card quite yet. Don't do anything but focus on paying off all of your debt, not acquiring any new debt, and getting that home and getting in that home. And then you can do the auto loan, you can do the credit cards. But again, just make sure that they're 6 months apart from each other. Some people, they can get approvals quicker. The best rule of thumb is to wait 6 months. Get an approval, garden that approval, grow it, pay it on time, and then you can apply for something else. I always tell people it's best to try to have your credit score as the highest it possibly can. That's why it's always a good idea to add those authorized user trade lines before you apply for anything, because that's going to spike your credit score up and they won't know what your credit score was before that. That's the beauty of it, unless you've applied for a bunch of things prior. So that's why we don't want to apply. We want to maximize our odds and leverage our credit and go up against the AI system. That's going to get you those $25,000 approvals, guys. I mean, so many people have had life-changing experience with Navy Federal. And again, this is just the door that opens up other doors from other financial institutions. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment below and join the credit community so you can really learn how to leverage some things I just can't talk about on YouTube, if you know what I mean. But join the community and we've got you covered. Take care.